What the f?
Alright, so we are here with my Salvage Century that I bought at auction back in December for $225.
Yes. I got a new command and all.
225.
So
Put a control arm in it. This car had been hit real hard in the front. No body damage, it was all structural, meaning just the control arm. And I put hubcaps on it. I also had to put airbags in it. Blown airbags with probably some blood on there. You know, that's a bio type situation. And the broken windshield. So did a pretty light rebuild on it. Airbags, control arm, windshield. Windshield was busted from the airbag deployment. This car only has 37,891 miles. So everything works, the AC, it's got no leaks. It was a great runner. So now it has a rebuilt title, but it's a great little car, but it's not really a car I need up here in New England. I figured this car would better suit me down in Miami, where I spend the colder months of the year. So my girlfriend and I and my dog are driving this Century that I rebuilt. We're driving this thing down to Miami, Florida. Now we're not gonna do it all in one day. We've done this drive quite a few times and don't really have a rush to get down there. We're leaving early, so it's not a stressful trip, especially with a vehicle like this I don't know that well. That guy's license plate was Jay-Z's mom. I don't think it's Jay-Z. Cool. I don't think Jay-Z's mom lives up in New Hampshire. The tank is full. We'll see when our next stop is. We're leaving New Hampshire right now, so we will keep you guys updated throughout the trip. I hope it's a very uninteresting, boring trip, and we make it down there without any issues. So we'll keep you posted. Alright, so we are somewhere in Maryland. I'm not quite sure where, but we're probably about 20-30 minutes into Maryland. And this is my first stop since leaving New Hampshire. I filled the tank in New Hampshire just before I left. So we'll see how much this cost me, but driving from New Hampshire to Maryland on a full tank of gas in a Buick Century, it's like I'm driving in an economy car. With the AC blasting, I got stuck in traffic at least 4 times for a good while, probably 15 minutes each time I got stuck. You know, bumper to bumper, barely even moving. And then when I wasn't in traffic, I was flying, doing 80 miles an hour. So very impressed with the fuel mileage. I'm not even out of fuel either. That's the thing. I still have about a half-a-quarter tank. It's right on the red mark. So I didn't want to push my luck because I don't know where the next exit is with a gas station. This one had an actual truck stop. Usually the fuel prices are pretty competitive. We can go in there and get a sandwich or something. So this is our first pit stop. We've been driving since 11 o'clock on the dot. 11:06 we left New Hampshire, 6:31. I'm not making the best time in the world. I should have left earlier in the morning. I've done this drive a few times now. And definitely should have left early this morning, but we had some things to do, and by the time you get settled and get in the car, get everything packed, you end up being out the door late. You can see over there we got a nice gold Century on a road trip as well. I'm not sure if it's what state, but this thing's been doing great. You know, not to put the horns on it, but you know, considering I bought this car for $225 and rebuilt it for a couple hundred more, the ride's been great. The drive's fantastic. It's honestly, I've been very comfortable. You've been comfortable, right? My girlfriend's been comfortable. We haven't even had any inclination to get out and stretch or anything. It's a comfortable car. That's why I love Buicks. And this isn't even a top model Buick. This is pretty much bottom of the barrel, the Century. Economy Buick, budget Buick, and super comfy. It's been great on gas. So, and there we go. $33 is what it cost me to drive from New Hampshire to Maryland. while sitting in traffic with the AC on and at high speeds. That's not bad. So figure it's going to probably cost me under $100 in fuel to get all the way to Florida. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than a plane ticket. And obviously you get the tolls to factor, but even still, for me, my girlfriend, and the dog, it would have cost us close to $1,000 one way. That's our fuel up cost. I'm going to just do a fluid check on the vehicle, and we're going to go inside, use the restroom, and grab a bite to eat, and we're going to hit the road for a bit longer. All right, so it's day 2. Here filling up the Century. I am somewhere in Virginia. We got about another 900 something miles to go today. And the Century wasn't even empty. It just needed about a half a tank. That should get us a good distance here. I think maybe one more fill up and we'll be good to go. Well, we're here at the iconic south of the border, just over the North Carolina line into South Carolina. Of course, I had to stop and get a picture of the Century here, but I'm gonna hop back and get back on the road. As you can see, the Century, unsurprisingly to me, with the low mileage it had no issues making it down to Miami from New Hampshire. We had a issue-free trip, no hiccups at all. It was a very comfortable drive, got very good gas mileage. I spent right around $100 on gas, and I was, not going slow by any means. I was doing in the 80s the whole time, and I had the AC blasting, so I think that's excellent fuel economy for a 3.1, the L82. And you can see the car still looks great. I gave it a quick wash just to get all the bugs off of it, and this car, you can tell it really is a 30,000 mile car. The paint still has a beautiful sparkle to it, be it on the roof or the sides. There's a couple of dings and things that were on the car before, and I'll take care of those now that it's down here. But once I finished the car, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it, and I have plenty of cars up in New Hampshire still, and not quite as many down here anymore. You can see I still have my AT&T Malibu. The last one I ever bought, you've done some customization, if you want to call it that, to the AT&T Malibu. And I haven't washed it, so it doesn't look as nice as the Century does right now. But over the past few months, I managed to get a set of OEM Malibu wheels with good tires. These ones in the front are pretty worn down. You can see someone must have drove around with a bad alignment for a while. So I'm going to change these tires soon in the front, but the rears are brand new. Both tires, and I got this set of 4, the wheels and the tires, for $80. I pulled them off of a Malibu a guy had that he didn't know what was wrong with it. He was going to junk it, so he sold me the wheels dirt cheap, and I put on my Steelies on his car, which have ball tires. So that was a great deal because I really wanted these wheels, and they all have the center caps. They're all in great shape. They clean up real nice when the car is actually clean. And about a month or 2 before I put the wheels on, I managed to get an OEM Malibu spoiler at the junkyard, and it was black. It was off a black one, and I liked the way it looked with the black. It kind of matches the taillights, which have a natural smoked look to them, and all the other black trim on the car. So it really isn't a customization. It's just all OEM Malibu parts the car didn't have on it because it was a base model. This is a crank window car. It does have AC, it does have a tape deck, but it was a fleet vehicle, so it didn't have all the nice touches like alloys or the spoiler. And I also put the Malibu badging on, which it didn't have because it said AT&T back here, and I put the V6 badge. I didn't put the Malibu badge here. I think it looks cleaner without it. Now the Century here, as I was saying, I didn't have many cars left here in Florida. I've got the Malibu, my truck, the Cobalt. Now I got my girlfriend's S2000 and the EG. So this car didn't really serve me much purpose up in New Hampshire. I have plenty of other front-wheel drive GM cars up there, Cutlasses, Tornados, LeSabres, you name it. So I said, geez, this seems like a good car to bring down to Florida because it's really clean, and we know these Centuries have lots of issues with rocker rot up in the northern states. So since this one hasn't had that problem yet, not that I would have drove it in the winter anyway, I figured I might as well bring it down here. The AC's ice cold, and it's a great car to have down here in South Florida traffic. It's comfortable, but it's fuel efficient. That's something I really needed up there. I got plenty of more fun toys up there, whereas down here I prefer stuff like this because I just sit in traffic all day in the blistering heat. We have a heat index today of over 100 degrees, which is very typical this time of year, and that's why I'm wearing dry fit everything. But so here's the Century. It made it without any quarrels of any kind. Didn't even get a chip in the windshield, which is remarkable for me in a road trip because I always manage to chip. Very happy to see that it made it down here. Again, I didn't have any doubts about it, but it's always nice when you do. That's the story with this car for now. It's going to stay down here in Miami and just be another vehicle for me. A little bit classier than the Malibu. The Malibu is more of my beat around town car. I think in the future I'm going to try to find, just like I did with the Malibu, a nice set of Buick alloy wheels, maybe some chrome ones that look very nice in this car. But for right now, it's here. It's looking great. It's driving great. And that's the story with this car. Saved it from the junkyard by a $25 bid. It was going to go to the junkyard. The junkyard had bid $200 on it. The auction I bid $225, and it took me a while to get around to fixing it, but here it is, 6 months later on the other side of the country, and looking great, driving great. So that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for the next one.